Okie dokie, let's go jump to rank games with a random character and see what we're gonna get today. And it looks like we're just straight up playing the Ranger with our Vinu Basca. So we're gonna get tons of sales in round one. Speaking of sales, that is a wooden sword. So I do want to take it. I'm thinking about crafting up a hero sword, even though this is not on sale. I'll take it. But I'm also gonna take our Walrus Tusk. I'm also tempted to grab the garlic. But I want to roll looking for some sales. And holy moly, do we not get much sales? Not in round one at least. So I think I'm gonna grab the bag of stones. Adding in some more chippy damage, but we got no survivability whatsoever. Like, literally, no survivability. We got tons of damage. Not great because we want survivability with our Vinu Basca. I think I'm just going to venture on with this for now. Although, it could have been nice maybe to sell our Starved Courage to roll. But we do got a decent bit of damage, just no survivability whatsoever, so we need to beat down our opponents. They do have that shield to block some damage. A little bit of heal with that shiny shell. Can we keep up with him? It's looking super close for us, and we just barely survived. There's no way we actually won that round one. Now that is the Twine Badge. And with the Twine Badge, it makes me want to go for a practically large Bloodthorn. But it's 5 gold for a whole lot of none. But I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it, and I'm going to need to roll. As much as we need all this stuff, we're going to roll because we need food items, stones, which we don't get, healing herbs we need a ton of. I'm going to roll once more, and that is the spear. Now we could try to go for a very long spear, which has been buffed by reducing that stamina cost. But I just don't think it's going to be that great for us. We do need this twine, and I am going to venture on once again. Also, I didn't move this in the right place. Yeah, that's on me. Hero Sword should have been down beside our stone. Just moving that a little bit too fast for us. And that might actually make us lose this round. Maybe not though, because our opponent did have quite a bit of max life. And it wasn't even really that close. Now we can also grab ourselves Slime Time. Grab ourselves Slime Time, we could try to go for ThornBurst. Go for big Bloodthorn with a bunch of daggers. That also seems fantastic, it is on sale as well. Heavy drinking is also not bad, but I'm going to take ThornBurst today. Take ThornBurst, let's grab our twine. Let's go ahead and grab a little shard bow, and let's roll again. And we can also go for a bunch of boomerangs. Another play we could do. But let's grab this banana, we need an extra stone, and we need to put this in the right place too. And for this round, I'm going to put in a little shard bow so we have more damage. We're going to take our banana. And I'm going to venture on with this sort of setup. Some food items outside our utility pouch. A utility pouch? What the hell? Outside our Vinu Basca. But we just need that more damage. And talk about damage. As Hammer Dagger. I'm going to craft up a little Tuskbuckler so we can stack up a little bit of spikes to try and get our ThornBurst to go a little bit faster. We do manage to win this round out. Not bad. Going to get our little Tuskbuckler. We're finally going to grab more storage, and we're going to grab ourselves a shiny shell. And then we keep rolling. We could try to go for Hammer Dagger action, but I don't necessarily really want to. I'm still going to roll. Wasting a lot of gold rolling. I want to reserve this, but I also really want to grab more healing herbs, because I do want to go for a vampiric type setup too. The only problem with our setup is, that's also not a nature item. I do want to put in more nature items inside our Vinu Basca. But also the hero sword is fantastic in here because our stones are nature items, souls are Tuskbuckler, but it's taking up 2 slots. But I still think it's going to have to do. It's going to have to do, we're going to move on with this. We need to find ourselves some daggers so we can stun our opponents, make use of all the dagger action, and just try to grab as much vampiric daggers as possible with a big old Bloodthorn. But are we going to be able to beat out these opponents? They got the Unstable Recombobulator, they're going for a super fun run with Uniquely Unique. They're going to get crazy buffs from this. And they're going to not have any buffs on them whatsoever. We did make them use a strong health bot, but they got 5 regen, 4 heat. We stacked up insane amounts of spikes, which makes our ThornBurst go super speedy. Stun opponents just a little bit more, give us time to win out. And not bad. Definitely not bad. That's a treasure on sale. Okay, that was super fast. We had to take it. We could keep our options open for a katana too. Let's grab our storage this round. Let's make sure we craft this fellow into a Shelly. Because with our Twine Badge, we should be able to speed that up even more. We could keep this or we could sell it. This will inflict a tiny bit of colds. But let's just start grabbing too much storage for ourselves. This twine I'm not really making too much use of either, because I do want this in this spot, targeting both our weapons. I do kind of want our whetstone in on our hero sword, so that gets a little bit more damage as well. So we could have it on our food item like so, which is not too crazy either. It's better than not having it in though. But we'll see. We are facing an Applies uniform with a Shepherd's Crook. They're going to have crazy block, stack of spikes. This hero sword's going to be going crazy fast too. But it doesn't have any skilling damage. The damage you're going to get is from the spike shield with the spikes. But our little tusk poker and our stones don't take the damage from it. So that's going to be nice. Our little hero sword though is going to take all that spike damage. But they're going to take all that spike damage too from our spikes. And since we got no vampirism, no heals really, except for strong Hellbot, we should be able to beat him out in the long run. Now speaking of insane, nice an early heroic bot. Let's take another Hellbot. Yeah, I mean, we could have tried to win for Excalibur. Let's take the card though, and also more storage. We roll, looking for daggers, and we do get one, which we're going to have to wait around to get, unfortunately. We also need to move you up slightly. And I really do want to put a potion inside here, because we're going to get a random buff, and that buff is going to matter quite a bit actually. So it's going to speed up our Shelly and insane amount too. Okay. Now we could have been grabbing all these stones because we could go for Stone Golem as well, but I don't really want to go for Stone Golem if we're going to be using up all our regen for our practically large blood turn. The only problem is we do need some empower stacked up. So we might need a bunch of cards. Holy moly. Did we almost die? Because our opponent did stun us, stop us from acting, with Shelly coming in super clutch. And unfortunately they just have a lot of flat damage. And unfortunately that does beat us out. Now we could do a big old gamble with our Unstable Recombobulator. It is the time to do it right now. I mean, our inventory is kind of not great. Let's take our dagger for now with our Unstable Recombobulator and let's roll. We could see what this is. And also get rid of that too. So I'm going to sell you to see what it is, and that is an Amulet Life. I actually really want to keep it. I was kind of hoping that was kind of garbage, so we could actually just get rid of it. Problem is, with our Unstable Recombobulator, what are we going to get rid of? I mean, I'm going to do a massive gamble. 41 golds. Yeah, we're pretty much getting rid of all this stuff. So this is either going to break us, or it's going to help us out tremendously. We also kind of want this over here. Yeah, but we'll see. Is this going to absolutely destroy us, or are we going to get some awesomeness from it? I'm really hoping we get some awesomeness from it. We're also getting rid of our Amulet Life. Even though I do want to keep it, we're getting rid of our Shelly that we just crafted up. We're getting rid of our Hellbot. And we're getting rid of every single one of our weapons. But we do need some weapon damage increases. We are facing 2 axes and an extra Angie Berserker that's going to be going super speedy with the puzzle box as well. And the Shelly's also going to be going super speedy. But I'm hoping that to take a bunch of chippy damage from our spikes, but again, it's looking not great for us. And it's looking like we're going to potentially... Wait, Shelly? Shelly can... Maybe we shouldn't get rid of Shelly. We're getting rid of him. And... it is what it is. Wait, hold on a second. Fortune's Grace with the Broccoli Gooberts. I was getting a bit more excited. I thought this was going to stack up infinite luck. Because this gives us 5 luck. And then with a white lace collar, we can get even more luck. Give us a big Megaclover win con. But since this literally stacks up regen instead, it's not ideal either. But do we go for Megaclover? I actually kind of want to go for Megaclover. And maybe we grab the Ruby Egg and go for Dragonite instead. Doesn't that sound like it could be a lot of fun? Hell yeah, it does. We're taking that. Especially with our Gloves of Power too. The only thing is I don't really want to use it just yet. The problem is you need to be targeting a weapon. Do we got more regen then? Do we grab our gloves? Or do we roll? I think we're going to roll. We still need to keep this Goober though. And we need way more storage. So I'm going to sell pretty much all our stones right now. To go ahead and take out. So you can put this banana in as well. And a little Star of Courage. The problem is I do want a wooden sword on our Fortuna's Grace, so we might need to move this over slightly. This is probably going to be much better for us. Potentially, hopefully. And I think I'm going to just have to venture on with this. Then we could grab the Island for more damage on our Fortuna's Grace, but I think we're just going to move on with this. So we're going to need to stack up Infinite Luck with a white lace collar, but that's going to be much easier to get our big Megaclover win con, since this is going to give us a chance to get even more luck. Once you get big buffs, it's going to give us Empower, it's going to give us more regen, it's going to give us Vampirism, which does give us a tiny bit of lifesteal, and just big damage overall. And a Mason. Did not expect to be playing this sword, but that's another dagger. Also more Gooberts. Let's take our dagger for now though. Let's keep rolling, and that's some crits. I mean, I'd love another white lace collar. It's also more gloves. Falcon Blade would have been fantastic too. I mean, I really do want to grab this too. But should we just grab a fanny pack for now? So we can add in another dagger. I think so. Speed this up so we can get a crit, so then our Fortune's Grace can keep attacking. The only thing is I did want to put this dagger down below. So it might need just to sit like this for the time being. Gloves of Power, do we keep this? We could just sell it. It will give us a bunch of block, more damage. It will slow down everything too. I do love Gloves of Power quite a bit, but I am also tempted to sell it. I'm actually going to sell it. I'm going to sell it because I'm just going to put this down, so this should be able to pretty much give her Wooden Sword crits. I really want to put it beside her Fortuna's Grace as well, like place it in here, but then we lose our White Lotus Collar activation. And a card could go a long way as well, because that will stack up a bunch of Empower for us. How about I just roll? And we probably want to go for a Vampiric Dagger. Now we could just go Hammer Dagger action. I think so, actually. Yeah, we want to go Hammer Dagger action. But let's move on with this, and let's see if this is going to pan out for us. Is Broccoli Goobert going to be really, really awesome for us? It will stack up infinite regen for us. With a White Lotus Collar, but we're not surviving this. Yeah, doesn't look like we're surviving this. We don't even get to our big win con. Not in time, at least. So we do end up losing another round. But we're going to get our big dragon, which should be fantastic. We could take Nourish, please, so we can survive to our big Megaclover win con, or we could take False Life, since our dragon is going to be healing us for quite a bit. You know what? I actually kind of want to go for False Life. The only thing is, do I want to go for Fortuna's Grace with our hammer? It does give us 5 luck off the rip. Blood Gooberts, we'll be seeing you. We're not going to be bothered with you anymore, unfortunately. Kind of feels bad, man. But we're definitely going to get a Dragon Eye online. I'm also going to grab storage this rounds. I might not take the hammer this rounds. I do want to craft up a Vampiric Dagger. You know what? We have enough to take it. Why the hell are we not taking it? And we're going to sell our Wooden Sword. We're going to sell our Wooden Sword. And then we just continue to roll. Is there anything else we want? Do we want to grab Wonky Snowman to stop our opponent from scaling up so much HP? Maybe do you want to craft up a Red Collar instead of a Vampiric Dagger this time around? I think so. Do we want any of these armors? Not exactly. Fanny Pack could go a long way as well, but we're going to be moving on. We're going to be running out of stamina quite a bit. With our hammer, but I'm hoping that we get at least one stun off. We do start off with 14 luck. Holy moly, that's kind of insane. We get to our big win con extremely fast, and it's not looking too bad for us. We just get tons of buffs, and amazing. I didn't expect to be getting so much luck from the rip, but I mean, we do get luck every single round, and we got ourselves our Dragonite. So we kind of need to build around that. I say kinda, we definitely need to. So maybe we want to go for more red collars. Since you're going to give us 5 luck, and then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not quite enough luck just yet. We got a little bit lucky with our Twine Badge though. Do we want to grab ourselves helmets? Divine Pots could be kind of nice actually. I think all we want to find is more daggers. More daggers. Invincibility could be kind of nice actually. Since we're going to be getting a bunch of buffs from our Megaclover, I ironically kind of want to take that. I think so. I might lock it though and grab ourselves this Fanny Pack, speeding up our Dragonite even more. Actually, as much as I'd love to, I think we might need to place in our collar, our Megaclover just like so. False Life is going to sit in here as well. We're going to have a red collar in this spot, prioritizing our White Lily's color. Is this actually going to give us crits? Well, this is going to give us lifesteal. And the more luck we stack up, the more lifesteal we should get up to 50%. But since we're going to have infinite luck, maybe we should have kept our actual normal collar. We can't just take this. I'm going to keep it in our shop and roll once. And we could craft up a second Vampiric Dagger. I'm definitely going to be down for that. Now, do you want to take a Rogue Pot? I think so too. But I'm going to be prioritizing a Fortuna's Grace on side, or on our Dragonite. Since this guy's going to have very, very little stamina. We are facing a shield which will be eating up all our stamina. They're going to be trying to steal our buffs as well with that katana. Stopping us from trying to get our big Megaclover win con. And that might actually make us lose because we're stuck at this 12 luck right now. And we never can get our Megaclover win con. Holy moly, that literally destroyed us. Katanas, worst enemies. Brings down another life. But at least we got 2 Vampiric Daggers going right now. For tons and tons of lifesteal. And maybe we need to prioritize lifesteal on our weapons. Instead of getting crits on our hammer. Let's take you as well as you. Let's roll. We probably should have taken that treasure. We also need to add in this luck. Regen doesn't matter too much then. Do we sell it? With a little Starved Courage, so we can grab the storage and place this in too. The only thing is I do want to put this in right in this spot so we can stack up even more of a White Lotus collar. Well, if we apply this over here, then we can actually do that. And that's going to be kind of nice actually. We're going to be rocking on, actually, should we grab the piggy bank and explode it? Be even more greedy for ourselves? I think so. And we should maybe be able to scale up our max life with our false life. We do start off with 15 luck. Give us our buffs, but we do need to stack up some mana for ourselves so we can get invulnerability. But look at this lifesteal. Not bad. 700 life, deals massive damage. And it's amazing. And we could have went for a lightsaber too. Also, heart container. Scale up our max life and increase your healing efficiency even more. 12 golds, I'm not going to be paying for 12 gold for it. It's too much for us. Lucky pig, instead of piggy bank explosions. Yeah, probably our best friend. Gloves, shiny shell for that tiny bit of a heal. And we'll take it, and we keep going. More to storage, please. Now we could also go for a practically large greatsword. But all I want to find is more collars, more of these rogue pots, more storage. We could take more heat as well, so we go super speedy. But just more heroic pots. Because more heroic pots is all we necessarily really need. Another katana. But we do start off with our luck, so we get all our buffs, so it shouldn't be too bad. We should be able to deal massive damage, and we do need some mana generation. Once we get some mana generation, we get some invulnerability, allowing us to overheal for days. And not bad. We do manage to beat out this katana this time around. Hell yeah. And should we keep taking glowing collars, or glowing crowns? Because I will be taking the storage. And I will be taking more of these too. But I'm not going to take it because we're going to need some sort of mana generation. So I'm going to keep rolling for the time being. You're going to be your mana from the get-go. It's going to be more vampirism. I'm going to be down for that. It's also going to increase your healing efficiency by an insane amount. Also. But I also want to take a banana and craft up one strong heroic bot. So this is actually looking fantastic. Maybe. Our opponent is going to have lifesteal for days as well. We do need to stun him, but these shields are going to be what's scary because they're going to eat up all our stamina. And we have used up one of our rogue bots. We've used up a second one, give us even more power, but that's going to be a ton of lifesteal. And this is where things are going to get dicey. Because those shields eat up all our stamina, but at least our Dragonite still goes pretty fast. Give us the lifestealing for days too. We got infinite luck, infinite regen, you're going to have 100% crit chance. And you're just going to have tons and tons of lifesteal. So this is going to be the super longest fight. And opponents is looking kind of scary because they're just going to be stacking up max life for days with that Bloodthorn. And they're going to be scaling up that damage even faster than we are because we can only scale up as much crits as possible. And yeah, it's not looking great right now. Bloodthorn is beating us out. Unfortunately, and we do go down to our final life, which is kind of scary. But at least we got a strong rogue bot. And we're going to take this too. That's going to give us our mana from the rip. It's only 2 mana, which is not too crazy. Also increase our healing efficiency, gives us our vampirism. We're going to grab a set of blueberries. Maybe we want blueberries instead. Stack up even more mana for ourselves. So I'm going to grab this fridge. I'm going to roll again. You want a hell pot? Probably not, right? Maybe sell this. Sell this, keep rolling. Do you want more vampiricness? I don't think so. I do, however, want you. So we're going to sell our shiny shell and our regen to take it. And that's going to be looking pretty darn sweet for us. So we should be able to get ourselves our invincibility. So we can overheal like crazy. And since we got so many rock bots, we should have infinite stamina. For the time being, our opponent is going to have that invulnerability with that Staff of Fire. With the Dark Lantern, we do make him resurrect. We should be able to win out from here. And not bad. Now maybe we should take our points and run. But it's definitely a super interesting build. Hammer Dagger, Bloody Daggers, Dragonite. All adding up to about 60 DPS, even though opponents had crazy damage reduction and invulnerability at the same time. In terms of heals, we do have 102 healing per second, with 696 max life gained. In terms of block, we have no block. I'm going to try to continue on it though. Maybe I should take our points to run. Maybe I should take another Dragon Egg for 5 more heats. Maybe just take a Stamina Sack. 5 heat is not to scoff at. It's a lot of storage though. Although a second Lucky Piggy to increase your stun chance is also fantastic. Boots does give us some power stacking. Maybe sell the dragon then, and we keep rolling. But I'm also just going to keep rolling. Now card does give us some scaling damage. It is going to be low scaling damage, but it does give us some scaling damage. Now, you're going to be 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 17 starting off. 19 starting off. Yeah, I'm going to take the card. I'm going to place it in here because with our Lucky Pig, it's going to be increased with the chance as well. And we should have enough luck that we don't need these in. But let's get going once again. So if the fight does go longer, we should be able to get that scaling and power. Now, holy katanas, there's a lot of builds using katanas today. That's for sure. But we also got that shield, and we do not like seeing shields. Using up all our stamina, hidden for days, and not bad. 1500 max life is kind of absurd, is it not? We got a second Lucky Pig. Now I'm also thinking about taking a second Prismatic Orb. This will guarantee that we get invincibility from the get-go. The problem is I do want both our Prismatic Orbs targeting each other. But I also just want all this Vampirism because that gives us our crits. I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it, but I'm going to roll. That's another dagger. We're going to sell our boots to go ahead and take it too. My problem is, are we really going to place this in here? It's so bad in there. We're definitely not going to place it in there. Maybe we should have crafted this up as well. That could also be fantastic. My problem is we can't really put in a Megaclover without literally messing up our Vine basket, which I really do not want to do because that gives us a ton of lifesteal. We also put our Prismatic Orbs down in this spot. Give us a little bit more Vampirism. But also giving us our mana. So 4 mana, 6 mana, we should be able to get a 10 mana, give us invincibility from the get-go. And I think I'm going to roll right now. The only thing is we probably need this in this spot. And we can't really craft this up then. We can't even really add in our dagger then too. So I'm still going to roll. I'm going to sell one little bit of luck to keep rolling. And that's normal crits. Normal crits, which I do want to grab too. So just to make sure, we start off with 5 luck from this. 2. That's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yeah, we're going to clear to sell all this. Into clear to sell it all so we can grab you. This is going to be crits on our Dragonite, so this is going to be attacking twice. And yeah, we're going to be moving on once again. Okay. Now our opponent is going to have that invincibility as well. We get off the rip, so that should be able to scale up our max life. We do crazy damage. We get all that max life, and then we just burst down our opponents. I mean, isn't that really awesome? For sure, and we can grab ourselves a big mana bomb. Or we can grab ourselves another Glowing Crown for even more invincibility. I mean, a lot of options. Definitely a lot of options. We can't really fit in our dagger, and we're getting, all we need is stamina stacks or protectable purses, and we've only been getting pushables and normal leather bags, which is kind of funny. Do we take the mana orb? Do we take the Glowing Crown? I mean, I want to put in the dagger in this spot. I'm going to take the mana orb. I'm not going to take the Glowing Crown. I'm going to keep rolling. Protectable purse is exactly what I want. More stamina though is hard to pass up on, but I got to pass it up. And that's that. Fanny pack, full inventory sorted, not bad. You can also go for Spectral Dagger. Our crits the way they are is fantastic, but trying to fit in this extra dagger is going to be a little bit impossible for us. Although we could go for second Fortuna's Grace. I mean, stacking up a bunch of Fortuna's Graces around the Dragonite would have been awesome as well. But I do like our Time Badge the way it is right now, so we can get even more buffs from White Lily's Collar. Mana Orb is going to slot in here, so we can try to get some mana with our Bloody Dagger as well. We should be able to increase our stun chance, and I think we're happy enough trying to win out with this. Yeah, so let's see if it's going to be good enough. It should be big old burst damage and Icy Shield immediately. Immediately scared. Now they don't have shielded, so it's still going to be 30% chance, but it's going to eat up all our stamina, and it's going to block a lot of our damage. But can we just overheal like crazy? Our invincibility's pretty much already worn off. But they are surviving. They've blocked a lot of damage, negated a lot of our damage, but we're getting our stamina back with our big rock bots. We're getting our max life stacked up. And I'm hoping that we can get some big damage too. But they're also answering back with a lot of damage too, so we could be in trouble. For sure, because they're scaling up a lot of damage with the Thornbloom and the Magic Torch, as well as the Villain Sword with the Forging Hammer. It's looking neck and neck actually, because they're starting to deal massive damage with all that crits. But it's still looking kind of nice for us. They're on 100 HP, we still have 500. And smashing. Only for that stun, we could have potentially lost. But we did only end up with about an 80 DPS. Our opponent did have 155 DPS. We managed to survive 155 damage, which is crazy, is it not? So our healing must have been 163 healing per second from a Vampirism, Red Collar, Blood Daggers, Dragonite. We had so much heals. It was kind of insane. 520 max life gains, and again in terms of block, 30 block. So yeah, it turned out to be an insanely fun build, all from one big old gamble that led to some awesomeness. And we do have 2 lives left. How much rank points are we going to get? +9, leaving us back almost at Masters once again. But I'm going to have to leave you here for now. Just want to say thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope to keep a look for the next one. I'll see you next time. Look, we're back to round 18 fights, and can we take on Hammer, Curse Dagger with the ThornBurst also. So they're going to be inflicting a ton of debuffs on us. With our invincibility, we do block a lot of damage from the get-go, and it's not looking too bad for us. Definitely so. Now, can we take on a full body protection Bloodthorn? I mean, with the Badge Runes, we're going to be doing no damage when they have Battle Rage. So they're going to have plenty of time to scale up all those buffs. And we kind of just deal massive damage and then kind of dip off a little bit. Because we do get a big Megaclover win con, which is crazy buffs, but outside of that, we don't stack up too much more. But they are surviving, but we do manage to be able to win out. So hell yeah. Can we take on this crazy looking builds? Crit with staff with a prismatic sword too. They're going to get some big crits, they're going to try to get some big mana with bombs, but they're definitely not going to survive.